What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis Ortiz believes a deathly outcome awaits Ruiz if he faces Wilder. He'll kill Andy Ruiz. Long before Deontay Wilder made his return to the ring this past weekend, Andy Ruiz expressed an overwhelming desire to face the knockout puncher, having lost his WBO, WBC, and WBA titles to Anthony Joshua in their rematch in 2019. Ruiz picked up his second consecutive victory earlier this year at the expense of Luis Ortiz. As Ruiz waited patiently for Wilder to join him in the win column, the 36-year-old former champion took a fringe contender, Robert Elenius. Considering their history spending countless hours in heated sparring sessions, the Swedish product was knocked out that night, okay? And Luis Ortiz said, I told everybody, it's easy money. He said he'll kill Andy Ruiz. Wow. Andy needs to give me the rematch. He needs to give that rematch to me. Okay, well, let me counterpunch. More than likely, that's the outcome for Ruiz. I mean, for a lot of people saying, man, Ruiz will kill Wilder. Look, Ruiz fighting Wilder is like David Tua without the left hook fighting Lennox Lewis. It's like a person that's on top of a tower fighting a person down below. And of course, he has a sniper. So he has the advantage. And we've seen Wilder for the 3 minutes or the 2 and plus minutes we were able to see him. He was smaller, he was quicker, and he stayed back from a lot of conflict. Somebody like Andy Ruiz will get hit. It will take about a few rounds for Wilder to find that range, but when he does, he's going to knock out Andy Ruiz too. Okay? Andy Ruiz has a good chin, and we're going to see how good it is that night. We're going to see how many punches that he can take that night. You know, we're going to see what Andy's really made out of. Because I don't see him at all getting to Wilder. The only way he can get to him, he's not that type of fighter to get to him. He doesn't know if he can't cut off the ring with Anthony Joshua, how the hell is he going to do that with Deontay Wilder? You know what I mean? And Wilder's not even the type of person I think will allow him to do so, because I think he'll just keep moving and working the jab and then setting up the right hand. Now, the good thing about Wilder, though, is he's not as busy, but this is a different type of Wilder we're dealing with. We don't really know what type of Wilder we have. We don't know what he's improved on because we wasn't able to see it. We just know his movement was better. He was faster, but that's pretty much all we know. You know, the back foot, I mean, he pretty much leaned into the ropes to create a lot of distance, which is a smart move. But that's coming from somebody that was tall like himself. Elenius is a tall fellow. Andy Ruiz is not. You know, Andy Ruiz is coming down here at him. So he's looking at Andy Ruiz coming at him. You know, it's almost like a child. You know, the height of a child, you versus a child, you know, and I don't know if Andy will be able to take those punches. But one thing about it, we'll find out. You know, now you could say, you know, that Luis Ortiz is just, you know, mad, or he's bandwagoning the whole situation because of someone that knocked him out, and Wilder was the only one to do that, to stop him. Andy Ruiz wasn't, despite the 3 knockdowns, okay? But he wasn't able to stop Luis Ortiz. In fact, Luis Ortiz, honestly, probably if he would have had more in the tank, he probably could have took out Andy Ruiz, in my opinion. Because Andy Ruiz stopped, as far as I'm concerned, he stopped fighting in the 12th round. He just coasted the 12th round. So, I don't know. You know, it's definitely something that's of interest, you know, but only that, you know, because, you know, you have 2 fighters that don't have belts, and Andy Ruiz, sure, it's an easier fight to make, but I don't really think Andy Ruiz has warranted that, honestly. Fighting 2 40-plus-year-old guys like that, with those type of records. You know what I'm saying? Like Luis Ortiz, no doubt had a better record than Chris Arreola, but it's not something that you would want Wilder to keep entertaining. So Andy Ruiz's resume, Joshua, Chris Arreola, Luis Ortiz, it's not the best, or it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. That could have been Luis Ortiz earlier, then Dillian White, then Deontay Wilder. That's a real resume because those are actually strong opponents, not handpicked due to certain ages or time frames. Okay, and that's exactly what Andy did. But Andy will probably get decapitated by Wilder, and all it will be is, hey, Andy has a good chin. Let's see how good his chin is. That's the only thing that we're going to find out about this fight. It ain't the fact that he won't get knocked out. The fact is, when will he get knocked out? Because eventually Wilder's going to hit him with something that's going to devastate him. And it's going to be a sad day for Andy Ruiz. But then again, Andy does punch wide. So, this is the heavyweight division, though. So we'll see what Andy can do on the day. But one thing I seen he couldn't do was cut off the ring. And that's exactly what he's going to do to Wilder, because he has to get on the inside when he wants to throw those rapid fire hooks, which he's so popular for. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Luis King Kong Ortiz. And speaking of Ortiz for a second, to leave you guys with this, I would rather see a rematch between Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz before I see a fight between Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. Why? Because Deontay Wilder doesn't have time to fight guys like Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz has been where he's trying to go. So if Deontay Wilder, if anything, these former champions, I feel Wilder should go fight Joshua. I think that fight should be made for many reasons. And I think Wilder should honor and respect himself and his newfound re-involvement with the sport by taking on better opposition besides a fight that's easy to make on his particular platform. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Luis Ortiz claiming that Deontay Wilder would kill Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.